Yeah. We just need to compare whether Donna is doing it.
Warmer today.
I really want to find those that are really contributed, and I know like when we landed here, we feel. Is it very nice? I don't know. Six on our own stairs in the photograph, just like the two of us. Yeah.
I think for me it's just about how you keep everyone going, how you keep the team together to create a bond with everybody. So you've got it going well with no team, and it creates a good team spirit.
You guys should tell us how you do it.
Yeah. I think like, well, you know, Danny's really good at it as well. It's communication. The thing is, we're saying as a community, and there's lots of communities within the community. So we break down. We have lots of WhatsApp groups. Each district has their own WhatsApp group. So they can chat. There's a big WhatsApp group. There's always somebody there to answer questions. It's making people feel that they're part of the family and they instantly fit in and belong. And so it is having that community spirit, sharing things. Yeah. Every district has their own Zoom training. So the training, rather than having big trainings, you've got little pockets, you've got little pockets of people that can actually, so people get to have a say in it. If there is big training there, you'll get those quiet. And I think where this team has excelled is that those little trainings gives people a chance to practice. You practice and practice and practice for skills, and somebody feels confident in it, and they get to do it in a safe environment. And even doing it in a little training pushes them out of their comfort zone, and they feel like their confidence is up. So we use as many outlets as we can to get people to stretch that. Like product training or accelerator days or whether it's no, every district responds to their own. So I do like this big team model, and then it's broken down and districts do like
Your portfolio just
we've got like 16 things to manage. That would have time. It's about people being leaders, as long as you're communicating with your own directly, and then and you help them.
I think it's a lot more fun when you have a lot of people involved in doing things. And when you work the family, the team concept, you know TEAM stands for Together Everyone Achieves More, you know that. And that's really true, too, because the synergistic effect. And we let people do what they like to do, what they feel comfortable in doing. So it's a choice thing you get. You get to choose. And then they're getting more into personal growth, so maybe they want to do a little bit, maybe more of the training. Maybe to begin with, they feel more comfortable maybe sitting behind the table, like you said, passing out flowers or taking tickets or doing whatever. You start small. We always say you get exposed, you start getting more involved, you start upgrading your thinking of what you can do. I always think, you always want to say to a person, if she can do it, I can do it. I don't ever want to push anybody out of their comfort zone if they're not ready.
No.
I don't want that to happen. Because you are a member of this very special family. It's a gift that you gave to people. And we're all part of this wonderful gift to be able to help people have a lot more fun. And that's why today is Friday. So a lot of people, when it's Friday, they say, well, thank goodness it's Friday. That's what they say, right? Well, you know what we say, and we say all networkers should say, we say, thank goodness I'm free. TGIF. Thank goodness I'm free. And that's the gift we give to people. They have an opportunity to be able to give themselves a raise every month, to have residual income. They work harder in the beginning for not a whole lot, for a fortune later on. But you gotta stick with it, you gotta have a system, you gotta have tools, and you gotta have a caring, loving family. And just like I said yesterday, everyone can be a leader in networking if they care about people. And that's what makes this industry, this opportunity so special, is that people need to care if they're going to be successful. I'm sure you'll all agree with me on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have unconventions. We have sizzle sessions. This is a sizzle session where we get together and share ideas. We all learn from each other. We learn a lot about technology, that's for sure, from our generation. And that's why we're excited about, the Olympics coming up. It's going to have a chapter on technology. People have been wanting that for a long time. Because technology plays a whole lot of what's going on, today. And it's changing so fast. We went into the store where they have all the watches now. Everything that's on your cell phone is now on a watch. How exciting is that?
And in fact, onto everybody's actual phone without asking the app.
It just syncs with the iPhone. It only syncs with the iPhone. But I'm sure the other ones will probably be coming out with theirs soon too. It'd be a competitive thing. The technology is changing so fast.
The whole theme of our one so far today has been technology, embracing social media, and it's been a big theme throughout the conference from the leadership breakfast yesterday. We had somebody who came to speak to us about technology, and so I'm really glad because our one is suddenly embracing it. I think last year there was nothing on that, and it was always, we can on social media, we can. Now it's like, no, go for it on social media. They realise how important it is.
Well, we still do a lot of three-way calling. We're still old-fashioned. We do a lot on Skype. Because, when you have an international opportunity, people are everywhere. When we first started out, we had huge phone bills. Now with Skype, how great is that? So you can, even if somebody isn't on Skype, it just costs a few cents, and we encourage everyone to get on Skype if at all possible.
That makes the huge it's free for each one from here. But we can
Our granddaughter just called me through Facebook. She's down in Guadalajara. But she's in Guadalajara, Mexico, playing in a tournament. It starts on Monday. So her parents aren't on Facebook. And she said, Nana, get them on Facebook. I can talk to them that way. So her brother is. So we're trying to get this all arranged. But you know, I think people should be on Facebook too.
Yeah.
And Instagram. I love all those pictures.
I mean, even if you call someone like from America, if I call someone, you know, on Skype, UK, to their phone, it's like 3 cents a minute. I can call Australia, Japan, 3 cents a minute. But you only do that once. Because once you're made that first call, you tell them to get on Skype, connect up, the next time you talk, it's great. It's a no-brainer. Yeah. Yeah, see, you know, there's so many different things out there. Like right now, I mean, we're stuck on Skype because I've got hundreds and hundreds of people on Skype. But for me to flip over to another system, yeah, it would be just, I'm checking this and checking that. More to checking too many things, you know. Yeah.
The whole secret, though, is like what Zoe said, it's just communication.
Yeah, you
Any
gotta
way you
communicate.
want to communicate, it makes that person feel special, feel important. You know, whether it's training or just an event or you have something special to tell. You all have special things to tell us in product line, right? So I'm sure the company's getting that out as well. Big time, websites, whatever. So the way we can communicate instantaneously just makes it so much easier and so
the
fast.
training yesterday, and I took pictures of the slides and I was putting it straight onto our team page.
Yeah.
And it's just instant.
How
I can
easy
share
is
it
it,
tomorrow
right?
for back to home
This
team.
call that I just got is a Latino guy. We've been working with him for about 2 months. He's, I think, on our 3rd level. His organization just exploding. Kind of mostly Russian. And he just signed up another person here yesterday. The guy that he signed up texted him at 2 o'clock in the morning, said, "I'm ready, I want to get started." He met the guy on Facebook.
Wow,
Yeah, so, you know.
It must have been a dream.
Do you guys ever do potlucks with your group? Potluck, you know, where people get together, everybody brings in the dish. Some food.
Yeah, we do a breakfast. We're doing housewarming in my house.
See, a long time ago, this probably goes back maybe 35, almost 40 years ago, we kind of discovered that when you go to a convention, and I think you'll agree because you're here now, you've got a beautiful place, that you spend so much time in meetings, you don't have time to really enjoy the facilities, okay?
Might go down the lazy river. Oh, good for you.
So we said, well, look, at what we're going to do is we're going to have unconventions. So we'll just get everybody together. There's no meetings, okay? And we did this for 13 years in a row at the Tropicana. And we get a couple hundred people from all different companies would come and stuff. Yeah, and we'd hang out at the pool, and people go to shows, they meet people, go to dinner, and so forth. And it was really, really a lot of fun. And everybody said that they learned more at the breaks talking to the successful people than they did sitting in the big meetings. So. Yeah. So, you know, we like to try to plan fun things like this one group we're working with now is out of Hollywood, and it's a Russian group. And they've already come up with the idea of maybe taking a day to go to Catalina Island. Well, you've heard the song 26 Miles, you know, and so forth from Los Angeles. Well, you go down, you get on a hydroplane, go beautiful, it's like being in Europe. And so you got like an hour, 2 hours, you know, going over in the boat, you're all together, then you're around the island, you have lunch together, share, you come back, you have time. And just things like that, just something anybody can do, and it's fun, and it's not that expensive, you know, for people to do that. But you can come up, you can be very creative. We used to live up in Lake Tahoe, and we have our group came up from San Francisco, and we go on a hike. And then you go on a 2-3 hour hike up in the mountains with your whole group. I mean, there's a lot of bonding and stuff going on there, and a lot of sharing. People
And it's
share,
fun.
you know, and you're having fun. We remember many years ago, we were like platinums, well, we still are with Marriott Hotel. And back then, we could get like a special rate, like a travel agent rate. We stayed at the Marriott at the Newark Airport for 1 month. I think we were only paying like $39 a night. Okay, and we were up in the concierge level, and we were sitting there, and President Ronald Reagan and his wife Nancy walked by. We waved to them. They went down, checked in the room, and so forth. And we observed that they had a security guard out in front of the room, and they had all their meals in the room. I mean, what a life, okay? But the point I wanted to tell you is that every Thursday night there was an opportunity meeting in the lobby. And we would go down to the lobby and we'd watch these people bring in their boxes and set up their displays and let's get all ready for the meeting. And maybe 20, 25 people would show up for the meeting, of which maybe 3 or 4 were guests, okay? And after the meeting, they took everything apart, put it away. They all went into the coffee shop, and there were 50, 60, 70 people in the coffee shop. Everybody came after the meeting so they could go in and share ideas in the coffee shop.
Social part.
And I said, you know, the money that you spent to rent the meeting room, you could have gone into the coffee shop to begin with and bought your guest dinner.
Yeah.
But those days are gone. I mean, you know, no more, meetings, hotel. That's all antiquated. Takes too much time.
Yeah, and everything up to work for sessions like this now. It's just so everybody gets something out of it then. It works so well.
I think things are like we've got that built-in relationship, friendships.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
At least the kids can't escape.
Well, and everybody can contribute then too.
Yeah, we're going to go to soft play places where the children can go off and play.
Who recognizes the phone number 305-794-7707? Is that Laura?
It could be.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
She's on, whoever it is, they're on their way. Yeah, she said she's on her way. Good, tell them a story. Let me check this out. That's Laura?
7707. Well, how did we fall into it? We were living in a big apartment complex on Lake Washington, in the state of Washington, near Seattle.
Nora.
And this big green Nora. And I was out front taking care of our 2 sons. And it caught my eye, this big car, because it happened to be the car that Don wanted. And they were going down the street, and I could see that they pulled into a new housing development. So I assumed they were buying a house. We're living in a little apartment. Our sons are 2 and 3.5, and I wanted a house more than anything for these actual sons. Because I didn't have a backyard, I was living in an apartment complex. And it was pretty funny because our younger son, he walked at 9 months. Our older son walked at 9 months. The younger son, he didn't walk till 15 months because I had to grab him to chase the one that was running. So when we saw, they were older now, 2 and 3.5. So when I saw this big green Cadillac driving down, and I could tell there was a young family in there. We had an international house of pancakes. I was a waitress there. Don was a cook. Don made really nice pancakes. And he doesn't make pancakes anymore. But I knew we didn't want him to keep working forever because that restaurant was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It never closed. We had 35 employees. It was a nightmare. as you might imagine. So I called up John at the restaurant and I said, John, the car you want just drove down the street and they just moved into a new housing development. I said, I'm going to go down and I'm going to see what they do. So I went down, and I'll never forget this couple. His family totally changed our life. He had a small boy, a small girl, and a bulldog. I'll never forget that. And I asked them what they did. And they said, well, I'm going to invite you to a meeting Wednesday night at 7:30. And I said, okay, you'll be there. So I went back and I told Don that we were going to a meeting at 7:30 to get somebody to look after the restaurant. And we went to that meeting. We found out what network marketing was all about. And the only reason we've made it in networking is we've never given up. No matter what has happened to us in this industry, after being in it for 48 years, we got the vision. We got the vision of what networking can do for us. And yes, we said yes. We needed a better way.
I mean, with the same thing.
No, not for 48 years.
We've been with the company, we've been with now for 22.
You know, like any businesses, some of them don't make it. Some of them change. When we knew that the industry, the opportunity, was the only way that we were going to have some freedom to be able to do the things we wanted to with ourselves.
It's really interesting that you know it's right back to a lot of people and you know it's
Well, see, we were with the company making $25,000 a month. Now this is like over 40 years ago. And back then, that was a lot of money. It's still a lot of money today. But one day, the owners came into the office, decided to be a direct sales company. So we lost our whole organization, boom, in one day. So our check went from 25,000 to zero. But with the kind of money we were making, we had invested in some properties and stuff that we had like quarterly payments of over $7,000 a quarter. We didn't have the money to make those payments. So we get a credit card, make the payment, and then the next quarter we get another credit card, make the payment, pay the credit card for the previous one. Well, we're $80,000 in credit card debt. And we just finally found a company we thought was right for us, and it took 1 year.
And that's why I say it's a life-changing opportunity. We totally paid off the debts. Okay, we finally got into a house. We got a car, a motorhome. I mean, it's life-changing without a doubt. Yeah, but we never gave up. See, so no matter whatever happens, you never give up. Because where else can you change your life around like you can in networking? You can't.
See, we're more excited about networking today than we have been in the 48 years we've been in the business. And the reason for that is that we have a total deep understanding of the business. We know exactly why people don't make it, where they go wrong, and how simple it is. Talk to someone about what they want. And the key word, of course, you've already heard this, is understand. And people don't understand it. But see, over the years, we've evolved with the tools, not to sell the books to make money, but develop the tools to help us with our own business. So now, when we have someone who's a prospect, someone really wants something, we don't have to spend 3-4 hours with them so they can understand the business. We loan them the tools. The tools do the talking for us. Now you're displaying to people that, hey, I can do that. Anybody can do it. See, it's one thing if you can do something, but until you have a system or a way that you can show your people that they can do, it's not going to multiply. Now, you heard me say that we're averaging 652 people a day to our business. And every time people hear that, they say, wow, wow. And I'm telling them, it's not a wow. I mean, if you did this by the year, if you sponsored 5 persons your first year, and then they sponsored 5, they sponsored 5, they sponsored, you got 5, 25, 125, 625, 3,125, 15,625, 78,125. Take that out 22 years, And adding 652 people a day is no big deal. It's not a mystery. It's something in it's something in
We are.
But that's see
There's more tools.
that's where we have the presentations that even though in 32 years we don't sit down and spend 3-4 hours going through them all, but we refer to them. Like, you know, we refer to the building. You can't put the building up until you dig the foundation. And it takes the second, probably most important word, past understanding, is patience. Because if you're going to build a big building, you've got to dig the foundation. And while you're digging the foundation, you're not going to make a lot of money. I'll tell you right up front, the people come in, they make a lot of money in the first 3 or 4 months in the business, never build a big building. And they're gone to the next deal in 6 months to a year. So by having the tools, you know, in the system, and now technology, I mean, we have our new edition of our book is at the printer. We'll probably have it Monday or Tuesday from Sound Concepts. We've got a new chapter in the back on technology with network marketing. I think I might have mentioned that some of you were at the presentation. The book is going to be called Own Your Life. The book's never changed in 32 years. The napkin presentation is always the same, but we have added things to it. So we changed the cover to Own Your Life, and we have a new forward, which is the same as the book out of Romania, and there's going to be some new testimonies there. But then we got this chapter, a friend of Dan Amaro, who we work with at Sound Concepts. He wrote a book on technology and network marketing, and he's already sold over 100,000 copies. And Dan worked a deal with him where he took the best from his book and made a chapter that's now in my book, okay? And we didn't even have to pay him. It was a trade-out, because at the end of the chapter, there'll be a website where if people want to order his book, then they would know where to get it. So we're just kind of supporting each other. We're excited about that because today with technology, like we've already been talking with Skype, with Zoom, with websites, social media, you know, all these different tools that we have today. I mean, it's insane, you know. All right, you got to grab a couple more chairs.
Okay. Good to see you.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you around.
Okay. Have a good evening. Can you get out here?
Yes. Yeah.
Miss him for
Yeah.
a
Yeah, you know, it's funny that most people, I mean, obviously, this is
Okay.
a